darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy. This time I'm reviewing the Princess Collection books by G.M. Berrow. This is 4 My Little Pony chapter books, like early chapter books. They're really simple ones that follow the 4 main princesses of Equestria. Sorry, but Flurry Heart's still just a baby. And so we have Princess Celestia and the Summer of the Royal Waves, Princess Luna and the Festival of the Winter Moon, Princess Cadance and the Spring Heart's Garden, and Princess Twilight and the Forgotten Books of Autumn. I own the Princess Luna one, but then got the other ones out of the library. As with most My Little Pony, I'm not exactly sure how time works in Equestria. So the earlier ones seem like Princess Celestia and Princess Luna's ones seem to be pretty soon after Twilight becomes a princess. So like beginning of season 4. But by the last book, we're at the end of season 6 because Starlight Glimmer is a friend now. So I have no idea how time works in Equestria, guys. I'm sorry. So, Princess Celestia and the Summer of the Royal Waves. In this one, Celestia is asked by a friend to come help out at this magical academy where the entire student population has failed their final exams and now needs to do summer school. And Celestia is so excited to go there. It's at this seaside town. Celestia's like, yes, I need a vacation. It's going to be great to see all these fillies and colts enjoying summer. We can still have fun. But when she gets there, she has an entire class full of basically Twilight Sparkles who are super studious and like don't notice anything else around them and are completely oblivious to the fact that they are on a beach. And that is fun. Like, fun is a completely foreign concept to them. Like, to them, fun is doing more homework. And so Celestia decides that she's going to teach them that they can have fun and relax. And when they've relaxed, all the things that they have learned will, like, come easier and be better. So, very, very fun, light summer read. There is also a thread in here. The head mayor of the school that asked Celestia to come help, she thinks that there is this imminent threat coming. There is this prophecy. And so that is why she is so stressed out that her students have failed their exams. Because she needs everyone to be at their best so they can defeat this unknown threat that is coming, and Celestia is trying to help prepare for that. Also, in case you guys didn't get from the titles, each of these takes place in a very specific season of the year, and they definitely bring in parts of those particular seasons. So, for the Princess Celestia one, the being on the beach, the building sand castles, the being on summer vacation. I liked this one. Like, I could totally see reading this one on the beach in the summer and just, like, enjoying being outside. And it feels like summer. It's got an awesome storyline. I loved finding out more about Celestia. Especially, we find out more about her friendship with this, the head mayor that asked her to come help. So, it was solid. It was good. I enjoyed it, guys. Princess Luna and the Festival of the Winter Moon. So in this book, the Cutie Mark Crusaders decide that Princess Luna needs her own festival. We need to celebrate her as being more than just Nightmare Moon. Because there's Nightmare Night, but also Luna is way more than that, and she's moved beyond that and has become her own pony. And so they want to celebrate that. And Princess Celestia has her own summer celebration, so they decide to come up with a moon celebration for Luna in the winter. Luna does not want this. She doesn't really like attention. She doesn't want everybody to remember that she was Nightmare Moon. Like, she just wants to distance herself from this. She likes the solitude of the night. So she comes up with a plan to sabotage this festival by giving the Cutie Mark Crusaders ridiculous ideas in their dreams. So when they wake up in the morning, they're like, we should do this. These really crazy things that are going to ruin the festival so they won't keep doing it every year. I loved how ridiculous this plot line got. I love Luna. She's my favorite pony. So getting to see her and find out way more about Luna, who is sometimes just a side pony. It's a bit sad. So we get to find out more about Luna's personality and how she's socially awkward because she's been in the moon for 1,000 years. She's just starting to get used to ponies again. So there's social anxiety and awkwardness with her, which I appreciated, but also she's still a princess and still, like, in charge, and she can run Equestria while Celestia's not there, and I love Luna. I really love Luna. She's my favorite pony, guys. So I was excited to see this one. There were definitely some winter motifs in here, and using ice and snow. I don't really like winter, but I was also able to push past the fact that I don't like winter and just be like, it's Luna. So much. Love Luna. And getting to see the Cutie Mark Crusaders. So, yay. Princess Cadance and the Spring Hearts Garden. This one takes place in the Crystal Empire. We get to see Cadance, Shining Armor, and Flurry Heart. So it starts off on Hearts and Hooves Day, and the Crystal Empire has this big sing-along every year in which everybody comes and they share love, and it's really sweet, and it like powers up the Crystal Heart for like a few more months until they can get to like the next thing. But everybody in the Crystal Empire is actually sick, and so not as many ponies come. It's not a strong sing-along, and it doesn't really charge up the Crystal Heart the way they needed to, so that they can fend off the Great North, the looming snow that wants to come. So Cadance actually has this dream about the palace garden and everybody having fun in it and enjoying spring, and so she decides that they need to clean up the garden and plant some awesome flowers and have a festival for it. And she just does that, and she enlists help from some of the school ponies in the area to come help. Basically, something goes wrong, and the flowers that end up getting planted end up enchanting people. It's kind of a mess, and Cadance needs to figure it out without becoming enchanted herself. And also so they can have this festival and enjoy love and harmony and power up the Crystal Heart. There's definitely a threat of danger if they can't charge the heart back up, but it's not really like the monster danger, so I loved that aspect of this. This one was fun because we got to see Shining Armor and Cadance, like, just their normal everyday life. Like, yes, they're in charge of running the kingdom, especially Cadance, but also they have, like, a normal relationship. Like, Cadance leaves her gowns lying around, and, like, it's a huge mess. And the two of them trying to deal with being parents, and they really want to take care of Flurry Heart themselves and not just push her off to full sitters. But also they need time for each other and having a couple's time together. So I loved seeing their family dynamic and how their relationships work, and getting to see more of the Crystal Empire and how they all interact with Cadance. And also it just sounds awesome to have an amazing garden to go chill out in. So why not? My favorite part of spring is like everything is nice and warm again. And we get to go enjoy nature. And then the final book is Twilight Sparkle and the Forgotten Books of Autumn. I forgot how much I am Twilight. Like, it's hard to say that Twilight is my favorite pony because, like, I am literally just Twilight. And this book definitely reminds me of it. So in this one of Twilight's books gets returned to her, but it has this, like, poxmark on it that is, like, this giant gob of, like, ink, and you can't read around it. And Twilight does everything she can to try to remove the ink, and it becomes apparent that this is actually not a normal ink stain, and that it's actually a disease, and it's kind of like a book plague. So if she doesn't take care of that, it can infect the rest of her library and the other books in Equestria. And then there would be no books, which is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying to me. I gotta say, this is the one that I was invested in the most. So Twilight kind of vaguely remembers the spell, and she tries to find the spell book with it in there that can, like, solve this problem, and she starts doing the spell but gets halfway through it and then realizes that it can only be done on the autumnal equinox. There's a pony pun in there with the equine. Anyway, so it can only be done on this one day of the year in the fall, and she stops midway through the spell, and that apparently makes things worse. So she needs to go to Canterlot and try to find the original spell book that doesn't have the plague infestation in it. When she gets there, that one is also damaged, and so she needs to go find it somewhere else. And she goes to Moondancer. She's in Canterlot. And Moondancer tells her the story of this fictional town of Bales, which is just all bookshops and libraries, and everybody there is just book ponies. And Twilight is like, that sounds amazing, and it's on this way to this other city that, like, could also have the spell book, so we'll just try and see maybe if we can find this town, and if we can't, we'll just keep going. So she and Spike set off to find the town of Bales, and they do, and they find out that it is cursed. So Twilight needs to save all the books and save this cursed town. I I love this one so much. There is so much bookishness in here. Autumn is my favorite time of the year also, so I loved that, like how studious it is, and like apple cider and stuff. Loving it. One Morning on the Princess Twilight book, though, it does reference the last Daring Do book. So Daring Do in the Forgotten City in the Clouds or something. So that last one is referenced in here, in like a major plot point from the last Daring Do book is spoiled in this one. So if you haven't read the Daring Do ones and you were planning on doing it, read those first before you read Princess Twilight's book. Also, all the Daring Do ones build off each other like they're one long story, so read all 3 of them in order is my other recommendation for those. So, there are my reviews for the Princess Collection books by G.M. Berrow. I love these. Twilight and Luna are my favorite ponies, and they end up being my favorite stories. Also, Twilight's book has so much bookishness happening in it that that one is far and beyond my favorite. But they're all really good, and we get insights into each of these ponies and each of these princesses, and who they are, and their personalities, and what they care about, and also, like, their magic, because they each have a special thing that their magic is in. I loved reading these. They were all really short and really fun. So each of these I gave 4 stars, except, like, Princess Twilight. That one was just above and beyond everything, so that one is, like, totally a 5-star read for me. Let me know what your thoughts are on these guys. If you've read them, are you going to check them out now? Do you have other My Little Pony books or comics that I should be checking out? I will post links to the other books and comics that I have read down in the description below. I've read the Daring Do ones and the Friendship is Magic comics so far. So peace out, I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye!